I'm live. Good morning, everyone. How are you? Um, coffee with Caren. Hi. Trying to be quiet, so if the audio is not picking up very well, it's because I'm trying not to wake our resident werewolf, um, or the sleeping children in the other room. Um, uh, I haven't been on for a very, very long time. So last night I posted it. I haven't seen it from being on my page, but yeah, what's up? Hi. Um, but I'm trying to find and navigate my stitch, my niche stitch. Well, impossible. That was fucking childhood brain memory. Um, but today's coffee with Caren has an actual point. Usually it's just me rambling in the morning. This morning, talk with you guys. This is really more to be interactive with you guys when you pop on or you see this later. I want you guys to comment how often you want to see the content, what type of content you guys want to see. Mostly for what I want for this is I want to put on content for this where I'm training myself to be the stay-at-home person, the hearth master, the person that takes care of the home life, the cooking, the cleaning, the take caring of the children, all the things that all the werewolf has to do is go to work, focus on his career because he's getting into a career, and help the children and create an environment for the children to grow in. So it'll be cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids and our lovely companions in the house. Somebody's gone to the bathroom. And those kind of things. So I want to do cooking videos, and I know I'm going to put on either live or videos to record dinners because I'm cooking these recipes and I'm not writing them down. I'm just throwing stuff in pot, cooking, and seeing how it turns out with dinner. Dinner was pretty good last night, and I'll critique the recipes as we go along. A lot of times is I'll say that I'll post. I have to go through my past videos and be like, watch where I said, oh, I'll put such and such, in the description, or I'll link da 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 da. And I have to go back in there and do that kind of stuff. But finding my niche, finding where I am, I really thought that over. I don't usually get a lot of alone time, which is, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being at home. But everybody does need their alone time and their at home time, or their personal time. It just like camera's really great, but the lighting is great too. I have a feeling there is some sort of like food that is on this up here. Oh, free to go. Oh, stay up here. Oh, stay up there. Wow, very reflective. I need to filter that. There is something. Yeah. But what I found for me personally is the craft, witchcraft. I love witchcraft. And it's a very personal journey for me, and it's a strength and a great spirituality for me, as well as for the aspects of witchcraft has a non-spiritual side that you can practice, and it has a spiritual side with divinity in that. And I love personal divinity, and I want to be able to share that with you guys. And this is supposed to be a safe environment, and I do love my path that I'm following, as well as accepting of other paths. I'm very understanding of Christian because that's the way I was raised. Accepting of the Islamic, the Hindu religion, Buddha, I know Buddhism, um, and other religions. There's countless other religions out there. People, I don't know how serious some of the people take Judaism, but I'm accepting of a lot of other religions. And but I found for me, my personal journey, it's saved my life. It's been my support. It's been what got me through the hard times. What helps me enjoy the good times, and it strengthens who I am as a mother and who I am as a significant other and a partner. And learning, and it's a journey. And I want to share that journey with you. And so a lot of that, it'll be a lot about witchcraft, and a lot about just vlogging, diary-like journal, that in there. And the thing is, I want to be able to, with today's coffee, I want to establish how often you guys see these videos, because I've got 11 subscribers. I'm like, whoo, I've got 11 subscribers. No, like I've been kind of like winging life, basically. I'm just kind of like jumping into it because being bipolar, there's this part of me that's like, okay, it has to be precisely like this in order to get the result that I want. And the house isn't as clean as I want it to be to record, or it's not as clean as I want it to be to do these fun activities. And so there's that inhibitor that prevents me from doing some things. And so the other aspect of me, being wiser, reflects and says, but if you don't do it at all, you're never going to get there. So I kind of just let's go. Whatever happens, happens. But it's not like I'm not paying attention when these things happen. I sit there and I reflect upon it, which has pros and cons. And those things that I reflect upon, I'd be like, okay, I start testing it over and over and over again. It becomes a scientific, not approach. There's a word. Scientific method where I do things, and when I'm able to, when I can get over that the inhibitor, and go ahead and do it and test. Okay, this is, and I try to be aware of the variables. I understand that there are far more variables than we're aware of in life, because there's so much more out there that we have just tip of the iceberg. If we think that we see the amount of the ice, the tip of the iceberg that was above the water that sank the Titanic, but with the amount of scientific discoveries yet out there to be made, both with spirituality, both with all of the understanding of what there is out there and in here, infinitely expanding and retracting. It's learning that we knew maybe the tip of what was on the, above the water with the iceberg that sank the Titanic. I mean, that sucker of knowledge it's the more you learn, the more you find that there's a ton more out there. Unbelievably immeasurable amount out there. So I use the method and operate on the belief that all things are possible. It's the probabilities in which I doubt. The applications of probabilities. Now, anything is possible. So I try not to tell my kids no. or anybody else that I'm having a conversation with. I don't always succeed, but I try. So being aware that I grow and I learn and there's still more to learn and I come to discover things and I'm like, oh, this is great, this is how it is. And then I can find things that improve that knowledge. So sometimes I might revisit some of these videos and redo them with the new enhanced experience, knowledge, and wisdom that I can bring to that video. And so there might be redo videos, because it's not like Disney can't remake, half their videos that they made. I'm like, oh, it's all it feels, and somehow they got rid of all the valuable lessons and a bunch of fluff that makes you feel like took his art. Somebody got close. And but yeah, so let's get and try to figure. So I want to at least nightly make cooking videos. So this is my whole lifestyle, my whole life. So all the things that encompass my whole life is my niche. My purpose is my witchcraft, but I mean, it gets me through like you wouldn't believe. But so witchcraft may be this huge thing that may sound like it's all I am, but really it'll be all this encompass this about all the things in my life. So I was trying to think how to be, because I'm a generalist. Like, I don't have a niche. How in the world am I supposed to figure out and do what I'm supposed to do? And they're like, the money's in the niche. The viewers are in the niche. Grab your audience with this particular stream. Like, lifestyle. My whole lifestyle has so many aspects. And it's organizing these aspects for you guys in certain series. So there'll be cooking. So I mean, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at these cooking, these different series that I'm gonna put on in my Wise One stuff. So there'll probably be cooking, and I'll try to put try to record it or at least live stream it. I'm trying to think if that should be like a live stream daily, like at such like 3:30 or something my time, or in the kitchen cooking. That might work at daily. So if it's live, 3:30, 4 o'clock. I had originally scheduled myself 4 o'clock to cook, and that's when everybody comes home and cook and then have the meal and go throughout the day. But I was looking at how so many hours between cooking and going to bed, these hours between this and this, I didn't feel we got the value out of those hours. We've been exhausted and the kids aren't. I'd like to study. I have to study a lot more. The kids need to study, and everybody in the house needs to study. And that studying just never goes away, no matter how much you finish school. I've been self-teaching myself things that I can't afford college, but it doesn't mean I can stop learning. I still have to keep up on the trends on business and learn business better if I want to make money. I can't just say, oh, I'm on YouTube, I'm famous and rich. I'm not grabbing sponsors, and you shouldn't be watching too many ads on here, or any ads monetized. I'm not monetized. So how am I going to make money? Blogging and logging. But so that'll be daily, and I'll try and start those at 3:30 my time. All right. Which may or may not, depending on, we'll tweak the schedule as we come along. So I'm trying to think how to do that when I'm the pick up and drop off person. First, okay, so then cooking, then crafts, like arts and crafts. We'll go with once a month on those, so I can record them, and then do arts and crafts videos. And then by the time I get it put out, it'll be once a month. Put that once a month. Okay. Once a month, and that'll probably be, do you want to end your month or start your month with arts and crafts? Because that way you can do your arts and crafts for the holidays and for the birthdays that come that month. That'll be the thing. We'll prep ahead of time, like February 1st. That gives me a couple of weeks to prepare. Yeah. All right, for February's holidays and birthdays. Video-wise, this month I go the first of the month. We'll put those out. We'll try to get this scheduled. And I find that there's a lot of power in being organized. So it's another thing that I work with. Another method would be utilizing what I have available, learning and utilizing, whether it's skills, supplies, mentality, perspective. Yeah. Coffee with Caren. Let's see. How often do we want to have coffee in front of the camera and sit there and talk? My mornings, some of them I should be like, I get on the computer and I should be like studying or getting on there and doing what needs to be done. But I don't know, I could probably do that. The weekends, that'll be too much for him to wake up. I could probably do that. We'll do that once a week and we'll see where we go from there. And, yeah, that was not too much stress. Just big things that I've been thinking of. Yeah, we'll do that on Mondays. Those are my days that just got from the weekend, which is intense for me. And because I'm fighting with the duality of trying to get the house ready for the week as a homemaker and spending, individual time with my family at the same time. I've usually, if I've failed, which is usually, at cleaning the house during the week to get everything ready for the weekend, I have a pileup of work and that spirals. So Mondays, we'll put Mondays, weekly. Okay. And then religious was. We'll just pop in. Oh, okay. Those will just be popping on like spirituality. I love to talk about it, and I want to be more open about it because it's essentially who I am and what I am. It's been big for me, but I've been extremely private, especially it doesn't help watching in the news with people that, like the witch that was lynched, and the church said that their members that did that were not supportive. They do not condone such behavior, and it was a tragedy, and they apologized to the family members. I'm not going to cry. But that's horrific. People need to be more accepting in order to survive on this planet, moving through the solar system where the only life we can find is so far that we can talk to is us. I mean, we need to value what we have, each other, and not be assholes to each other, not be tragically horrible to each other, because you don't know what you have. Sure, you got people trying to make space programs on Mars and stuff, but even a colony on Mars, one instant You can have a cold catastrophe. You can wipe out a whole civilization on Mars or the moon or wherever you're going. And if something were to catastrophic happen to Earth, we would be wiped out. And you say you've got one lone survivor, who in the world they're going to talk to? We've built this whole planet on a social synapses of being there for each other or being in a planet with each other. Let's deal with being alone and how alone this planet really is. It's time to wake up. But yeah, spiritually. Here. Spiritual videos. Surprise videos. I'll just pop in live. I'll just, get a notification or alert. Going live in so many minutes. I will schedule. I will try to have everything scheduled. That'll be different. It's for you guys and for me. Hi. How are you doing? I love you. Good morning to you too. I'm sorry if I woke you. I will. Yeah. But yeah. I'll try to get those 1, 2, 3, 4, those in. And then as I get those videos out in an organized fashion, we'll go more into the cooking, into the cleaning, and into the kids' videos. And I should discuss with my family, house rules, about when we record what we can and cannot do, such as call each other by our physical names, or our names instead of our nicknames, and about streaking, and to let each other know, hey, we're recording or something. I've gotta communicate with you guys, my family, about, hey, we're recording. What's appropriate, what's not appropriate for our videos, what I accept on my videos, and what I don't accept on my videos. It really made me uncomfortable, and I should have done something. Is that whole Amelia spiel in that other video on her saying how much she hates kids, and that's your personal prerogative. But I mean, it should be a safe place, not so much for kids to watch, because we cuss on this one and we cuss in our house. But it's just to say that it's safe to be accepting of other living beings. Now, when you watch my video and you have a sense of brand or a sense of culture and learning to accept. I mean, I'm not saying Amelia's a bad person at all. It's just she's in a place and a time in her life that should not be tolerated by us. And yeah, just that kind of thing is I'm scheduling and learning more about who I am, about what kind of audience that I'm approaching and looking for, and what kind of audience I want to bring here, and what kind of person, bless you, I am, and what kind of, when you come to, Wise One videos, you're going to get an expectation at a time. At a certain time, you're going to come to expect this is, what you get. This kind of culture, this kind of belief, this kind of environment. And yeah, I want you to know that when you come here and you're going to watch safe content and good content and to just simply enjoy and to watch, sure, I'm showing you my struggles as well as my successes, you know, and this gives me a kind of push that I want to strive towards. And a lot of people, I've seen so many videos of success stories, so many. And the backlash of people that are not in the midst of their success is horrific. It's not acceptable. And I'm here telling you that in our failures, we're not going to stay in our failures. And you're going to watch as I succeed, as I learn, as I grow, as I become the better person that I'm striving to be for those that are in my life. And, we used to not accept certain things. And somebody came along and said, girls can fight, girls can do this, girls can do that. And I am this person who's in the middle of not in the place that I want to be yet in my life, but striving towards it. And I'm the person that says it's not acceptable to put such backlash that you only see my success when I, only get my house clean and pretty, and that you can come in and we'll do our cooking shows, and this is how I clean, and this is how I exercise, and this is how how you can have a great life too. And I've watched so many of those, and it's prevented me, and a feeling that's prevented me from actually doing it because there's so many details that I'm coming across that I'm going, all right, obviously they made it, but what am I doing that's so different that I'm not, I'm putting in the same application, the same applied, what I believe, the same physics of trying to achieve what they just achieved. I'm falling flat on my face. And when I get up to approach it again, the, can I get that approach where I can overcome that problem? Or am I going to get so buried that there's no possible way to actually succeed? And so you're watching the whole process. I'm going to put on more videos so you can watch the whole process so I can get rid of that stigma. I'm so ready to take that stigma that, oh, you're not succeeding and that you're some bad human, and shove it up someplace, because we can do this. Whatever we're going through, we can do this. This is good therapy for us. Um, to be hopeful, no matter where we stand and no matter what we do. And I've been the one to sit there and judge somebody as they're not succeeding. But I've learned that people don't stay that way, you know. And I love watching the people that are up there in the whole, like, I've been there, I've done that, and this is where I am now. I love those people, and I'm so happy for them to succeed. But it makes it harder for me to get to where I want to go if I don't know how they did it. That'll start to make sense. And there's so many, that has its pros and its cons. Because, yeah, that can be really tough, me paving a road like this. Like, oh my gosh, her sporadic videos, her like horrible editing, her horrific lighting. I can't make out half of what she's saying on her video. She's got this kid coming in here and who knows what. And it's more like this is what it is now, and it's going to be better. It's not going to stay this way. I've come to a point where I've been sitting where I've judged that person, another person who's been in that situation, like, oh my gosh, you're such a horrible person, you should just die. And now I'm sitting here going, why am I not dead? But yeah, we're humans. We're not gonna play down. We're not gonna take it. And whoever, you are sitting there saying, oh my gosh, this is such a horrible person. It's more about what's bothering you. And it took me a while to learn this. And for all those who are not where they want to be in life or whatever their personal struggles, I'm here with you and we're going to get better. We're going to do it. We're going to make it. We're going to be, our best selves and enjoy our best lives. We're not just going to survive. We're going to thrive. And I love you guys. Mwah. Even when you're being butts. But yeah, I took that very serious. Oh my gosh. So I went from a very nice comical, like, what goes on with my brain to, well, you're going to accept me for who I am. I'm being crazy, but I should probably let you go. I've talked for a nice good half hour. And there's still cleaning to be done. You don't get to see this cleaning because I have no place to put the camera. Otherwise, you would see me in the camera and doing all that stuff. Yeah. So the more I get into recording, the more I get into setting this up where I can just put the camera down and like, oh my gosh, I fell asleep for one day, or I wasn't, my best self for one day, and it looks like I haven't cleaned in 2 months because my house does that. I'll be able to figure out how to stick the camera in and how to do that so you guys can see it and see me do it. Yeah, so I love you guys. This was an intense video to like, but if you still liked it, there's that thumbs up button letting me know, letting the algorithm of YouTube know. Subscribing. I've got currently I've got 11 subscribers. You guys are awesome. Subscribe if you want to see this come out. Like we just discussed the schedule. So if you want to see it, subscribe, and these videos will show up, or these videos will be available for you. The notification bell helps you understand that. It helps notify you, hey, this video just came out. Wise One is posting da 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 da. So yeah, the notification bells, the subscribe buttons, and the likes. Comment below if there's stuff that you want to see. Feedback helps me, helps you. And everyone wants their voice heard that I know of. So feedback, yeah. Comment below, about this is the good content I want to see. I definitely want to see more cooking. I'm having this problem with my kid. Maybe you could show me what you do for your kid. And trust me, it's not going on the kid content. It's for the parents because they'll probably be cussing. And I like keeping it real. But yeah, love you guys. You guys have a good time. See you in the next video or the next time. Bye.